And good evening to you. I'm Paul Martino with breaking news. We're going to get to John Burnett's forecast in a minute, but we have breaking news with Amy Wattis right now. A car apparently trapped on the 10th Street bypass tonight. Amy, you're right there. What's going on?
Well, Paul, this is the Bathtub area, 376, headed towards the city here. As you can see, the Fort Duquesne Bridge, North Shore sign, Stanwyck Street. There is a car stuck in the water right now, and as you can see, emergency crews just got to the scene. We got here around 9:45 to do a live shot about the Steelers game tomorrow when we saw this car stuck in the water here on the Bathtub, 376 East, headed towards downtown. So I called 911. No one was here because I don't think anyone was aware of this. So we got here. I called 911. They just got here a short time ago. As you can see, several emergency responders lined up above this vehicle. It's a silver Lincoln. We can't tell if someone is inside. I did see, as you can see, the lights, their tail lights are flashing. They look like the lights turned white, like they were trying to put the car in reverse. So my guess is someone is in there, but we don't have confirmation yet that someone is in the car. So this is just all happening right now around 9:45. Like I said, when we got here, we're not sure how long this silver Lincoln has been stuck in this area. Now, this stretch of 376, the Bathtub that people call this area, has been shut down because, as you can see, it's been flooded all day. Earlier today, there were a few people stuck here. We had the same situation. You'll see Bob Allen's report on that later in the newscast. But this seems to be happening again, and crews have road closed signs put up here. So we're not sure how this car managed to get through this area because, as you can see, this is what happens if you're trying to get through an area that's closed off to traffic. You get stuck and get yourself in a scary situation like this. So we're going to be out here watching as crews try to get down here and see if someone's inside and pull them out and get them out here to safety. So just a very scary situation. Thankfully, we got here at the right place at the right time so we could call 911 and let them know what was going on. So that's pretty much what we can show you at this point. Once crews start to, as you can see, look down to your left, to the left of the car, Bryce is showing this emergency responder here trying to assess the situation and see if someone is inside. So once we're finished with this live shot, I'm going to have to find out if they can spot someone in there. Looks like another guy is coming up here as well. So this is a really sticky situation, trying to figure out how to get over there. The water is very cold. I'm not sure how deep the water is here, so.
Amy, we're back here at the studio. If you can hear me, this is the same location.
I can hear you, Paul.
I believe this is the same location where two people were rescued this afternoon in a dramatic rescue there when these cars were caught in the floodwaters. They used pulleys and rescue workers to get these guys out of there. Very scary situation.
Yes, it's very scary. You know, Bob was there when this was happening earlier today. This is the same spot where this happened earlier today. So as you can see, this is what happens if you try to get through floodwaters. You get stuck. A car isn't going to be able to make it through, and then you get trapped inside.
So Amy, I assume, Amy, there is a barricade there. Would that car have had to drive around the barricade? What happened? Do you know?
The car would have had to have driven around the barricade because they have this stretch of road shut. It's back a little bit further from where we are, letting people know that you can't get through. So, I mean, cars coming down the Parkway East would have seen these barricades up. They're very visibly marked. So I don't know if maybe somebody from out of town who's not familiar with this area tried to get through and got confused. As we know, the city of Pittsburgh can be difficult to navigate even if you're from here. So somebody could have gotten confused and thought they were going the right way, but I don't see how with barricades up. So we won't know until we ask them what happened.
Okay, so I see, you know, they're shining a light on there. They have men on the shoreline there. Any indication, any movement inside that you can tell us about? What can you see?
You know, I can't see from my vantage point where I'm standing. Let me ask these can you tell if there's someone inside there?
I can't. I don't think so.
These two officers can't tell from where we're standing if somebody is inside. I just asked these two officers up above. Let me, they're shining a flashlight right now through the driver's side window and the passenger in the back seat. So let me just shout down there and ask and see if anybody will acknowledge if someone's in there.
Go ahead.
Us.
Go ahead. Find out what you can.
Excuse me, guys. Is someone in there?
Amy Wattis live. This is the Bath, what's known as the Parkway Central, coming towards the North Shore. It's an area that often floods. It was flooded today. 2 cars trapped in there. They had to make emergency rescue, getting 2 guys out safely, I might add. And we fear there is a car trapped there. We fear there might be someone in the car right now. Amy Wattis and her photographer Bryce Lutz were en route to do their live report tonight, came upon this car, called 911, and this is the situation right now. There's all kinds of emergency crews on the streets and on the shore there of the what we call the Bathtub, and we're trying to find out if someone is inside and if they can get them out safely. And this is the hazard from the horrible winter weather we've had, a combination of freezing rain, snow, now flooding, and it's just been a mess.
I don't know if you can hear me, Paul.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Amy.
I just talked to an officer over here, and he said that they can tell there is no one in the driver's seat. They can clearly see the steering wheel, but we can't tell if there's somebody, you know, in the back seat or in the passenger seat. So I'm still waiting to confirm. They, as you can imagine, these emergency responders are really busy trying to figure out what to do. So they can't tell us yet because they're in the middle of trying to figure out their next move.
Amy, why don't you stand by there and let's take a break, check in with John Burnett right now about what the weather's going to be like. Back now to breaking news at that very same location where there's a vehicle stuck there right now. You're looking at a live picture. Amy Wattis is on the scene. Amy, it looks like they're trying to get in the car. What's going on?
Yes, they rescue crews just went over there, opened both of the doors that you can see here, and had a rescue boat that they were bringing with them. And it appears that no one is inside. Thank goodness no one is inside. So they're just going around to the other side, it looks like, to check and see what they can see on this side. But it appears from what we see and what police are signaling that no one's inside this silver Chrysler here. I guess the question is, who was inside, how many people, and how did they get out? Because I was asking the fire chief when we, a short time ago, how somebody could get out and get across with the how cold the water is here. And he said, you know, as you can see, the water's not very, very deep. That man right there is standing, and it's not even up completely to his waist. So I guess you could get across. And of course, you'll be freezing when you do that. But that's the next question: who owns this car, and how it ended up in this situation? Clearly, 911 wasn't called to rescue this person earlier, because they just first learned of this when I called 911 around quarter till 10. So we don't know how this person got out and what happened. So I guess police and emergency crews are going to have to figure out now how to get the car out of here and pull it out. So as you can see, this problem yet again has happened today. This is the third car that's gotten stuck here in the Bathtub on 376 today. You just saw Bob's piece a short time ago. So if I can stress to everybody that's watching, do not attempt to drive through here. Do not. I know the Steelers game is tomorrow. That was another big concern with some road closures around the city for the game tomorrow, that it might create some extra headaches for people trying to get around, because the way that they typically go to the game, they can't go because of some roads being shut down. The 10th Street bypass is flooded. You can't go there. You can't go through here. So please observe all the signs that you see around the city. When it says road closed, the road is closed. Do not go through, or you might find yourself stuck in a situation like this, or it could turn out even worse. And be stuck inside for a while or get hurt. So we don't want to see that happen to anybody. So just wanted to let you guys know that. So
yeah, Amy,
we will show. Go ahead, Paul.
We look at these live pictures. It is a reminder to us of just how valuable our emergency workers are. It is bitter cold out there tonight, and scenes like this have been playing all day in different areas where there have been a number of successful rescues by these guys and women. They do a great job, and it's just a reminder of how valuable they are. We'll check back in with you a little bit later, Amy. It looks like so far they haven't found anyone there, but you raised the question, where is the driver of this vehicle? Amy Wattis, thank you. We'll check back with you. Now we continue to follow the breaking news we've been bringing you tonight. A car stuck in the Bathtub area of the Parkway Central. Amy Wattis is live there with more tonight. Amy, what do you have?
Well, first responders, police, they actually all just left the scene. Let's show you the car now. If you look, there's some orange markings on there. State police marked this silver Lincoln that you see here, and state police took over the investigation because this is the Parkway, so that's their territory. So they took over the investigation, and then everybody left. So we're not sure if they're leaving the car here and waiting until the water recedes before they get it out of here, or if they're going to come back in a little bit and try to figure out how to get the car out of the water. But that's the situation now. So obviously nobody was inside the vehicle whenever we brought you this live a short time ago. But the question now that everyone's asking is, who is inside? How did they get out, you know, going in that frigid water without suffering from hypothermia and freezing in that water, because that water is very cold. It's just really cold standing outside in it. So I can't even imagine standing in water in these temperatures. So we have to figure out who was in there and how they got out, and how they're going to get this car out of here. So it was a really scary situation, because when you see this, you don't realize, you can't tell from up here if somebody's inside and if they're stuck or how long they've been in here, because when we got to the scene around 10:15, we had to call 911 because they weren't here. So, but good news, nobody was inside, and we'll bring you the very latest when we find out some more information. We're live tonight. Amy Wattis, KDKA TV News on Pittsburgh CW.
All right, Amy, thank you for that report.